Hey team, just wanted to walk through the results of the race scoring. Thank you everybody for doing that. First off, you're all amazing. I really appreciate the effort and the thinking that went into this. I know it can take quite a lot of time and really stretches how we think about these things. So really appreciate your efforts there. So I added this comment on Friday to the issue. Hopefully you've had a chance to review it already. A couple of initial thoughts from me. What was surprising? I was really expecting more interaction in some of the issues and epics around merge trains, which wasn't there. So my initial hypothesis that I'm looking to disprove is that customers just aren't using this, and that's why we're not getting that feedback. So I'll be creating an issue around capturing some of the feature usage to make sure that we're understanding how often merge trains are really being used, and then that'll help us drive direction in the latter half of the year. And then what wasn't surprising to me was how much overlap there is, just given how old some of the items are in the backlog. It's a very mature product. We've had a lot of great ideas that show up multiple times. This is manifested in epics that sound really, really similar, and things get lumped together depending on who was running the backlog at the time. I think we saw that around secure CI job token and pipeline permissions both, where there's some ambiguity, I think, between those two, as well as then all of the epics around pipeline analytics, showing additional data to customers around what's going on in your pipeline. How can you make it more efficient? So one of my to-dos is going to be to clean those things up, try to get them back down to a single source of truth around directionally, here's where we want to go, here's some of those first steps, and then we can work on iterations after that. So I took a chance to just rank everything here, taking that summary by rank and copying and pasting just the values so that I could sort things without formulas working and being funky. So hopefully you have a chance to review this. I copied over roughly the top 10 back into the issue and just left some of my notes here. So this does show pipeline create as slow is going to be one of the top things that we work on in the first half of the year. And an issue that I'd like to work on in the first half of the year is that ensure after script is called for canceled untimed.pipelines. That's a really, really old and really popular issue. And things like that, I think, are going to contribute towards us getting the continuous integration category back to a lovable state from complete, of just getting that experience better for everyone. After that, looking at the CI job token and the providing pipeline analytics in the back half of the year. So that will come into a lot more clarity after going through and cleaning some of that up, focusing in on what is our minimum viable change here, what is the first thing that we can start to deliver to customers, in getting them that better experience for both of those things that they want to do. So I've started to apply those fiscal year 23 labels to epics. You can see in the back half of the year, some of those that got lumped together that I'll be working on combining. And in the front half of the year, this is stuff that we have a lot more clarity on what we need to do. So we've been working for quite some time on the CI minute limits for the public projects on GitLab.com. Right now, we're deep in the weeds of the open source stuff and getting that license type actually working correctly, picking up some work from utilization. Pipeline creation is slow. I called that out as well. I'm working on narrowing down what is acceptance criteria for that. And then we can dig in. And then this GitLab.com CI builds metadata table growth. That's really work that Marius and Gregorish are doing in ensuring that we can continue to scale the product. So it's a lot of CI scalability work there. As we look forward into Q2, I'd like to get my arms around this MR mergeability bugs. That's right now just a collection of a lot of bugs in there that we can work on, Create can work on, Runner can work on. So we're going to try to narrow that down to what can we actually move on, make the experience better. More partitioning work, more CI scalability work. So I'd expect that some of this will carry over from Q1 into Q2, and then we can really tackle that mergeability and probably pull some of what happens in Q3 in the secure CI job token workflows forward into Q2, so that we start working on that earlier and delivering, especially around some of the bot use cases that Nicole and some of the other folks in Secure are trying to drive. So those are some of the updates, or the update I wanted to provide, just to verbalize what I'd already dropped into the comment. So feel free to leave a comment on the video or ping me, add comments to the issue itself or at any of the epics as you start thinking about what does this mean for us? Are these the right things to be working on? And the other next step for me is then to create an issue that talks about what is our performance indicator? What is the right thing for our group to be measuring around product usage and what's going to drive us forward, so that we can continue to measure as we deliver work. Is it driving that key metric forward for us? So I'll tag everyone in that issue, add it to the agenda for the coming week. But thank you again so much. I'm really glad that we went through this exercise and looked at this whole body of work and what we could work on and what we should work on, thinking about how many people it's going to impact and really what's the effort involved. So again, thank you so much.